When people say things like, they just don't make games like they used to, I don't know that they're necessarily saying that new games are bad. It's just that the philosophy of game development really was different 30 years ago. Like System Shock. This is a PC game from the early 90s, and it was a huge influence on later games like BioShock and Prey. Now, in the 90s, most of my PC gaming time was spent playing those JumpStart games, so System Shock wasn't exactly on my radar back then, but now it has a remake that's apparently really faithful, and I started playing it and I realized this is exactly the type of game that people are thinking about when they're being nostalgic for the way that games used to be. After an introductory cutscene, you're essentially just dropped into the game with no instructions on what to do. It's really just up to you to explore, find weapons to use, and discover ways to access new areas. Progressing feels very non-linear. If you're used to newer games where you always know exactly what your next objective is, a game like this can be pretty overwhelming. It definitely is for me. But it's also just really cool to play an old school game that just